Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. NFL Cowboys news today. We've got a special episode lined up because we're diving deep into some exciting Cowboys trade rumors, potential draft targets, and how the Dallas Cowboys could shape their future heading into the next season. If you're a Cowboys fan, or just a fan of NFL news, you're in for a treat. But before we get into all the juicy details, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss any of the latest NFL buzz. Now, let's get into it. Alright, let's kick things off with one of the biggest rumors swirling around right now, a potential trade for Myles Garrett. Yes, you heard that right. Myles Garrett, the Cleveland Browns star pass rusher, is reportedly on the trading block. Now, the idea of Garrett in a Cowboys uniform has been causing quite a stir, and we're going to break it down for you today. Can the Cowboys make a move for Garrett? And what would it mean for their defensive line? Garrett has been one of the most dominant forces in the NFL for years. His combination of size, speed, and athleticism makes him one of the top edge rushers in the game. With 80-plus career sacks, he has the ability to disrupt any offense, and we know that the Cowboys have had some struggles getting consistent pressure on opposing QBs. So, let's break down the trade possibilities. The Cowboys have a lot of draft capital, but they'd have to make a deal that benefits both teams. The Browns are in an interesting spot. They could either commit to building around Garrett or look to trade him for future assets. Some believe that Cleveland might be open to a deal, but with Garrett's hefty contract and elite status, it won't come cheap. How could the Cowboys pull this off? For starters, the Cowboys would likely need to part with a combination of high draft picks and maybe even a player or two. A first-round pick for Garrett seems likely. But let's not forget, this is a player who can change the course of a game, so the asking price could be much higher. Here's the kicker: if the Cowboys do pull off a trade for Garrett, it could transform their defense into one of the league's most feared. Pairing Garrett with Micah Parsons? Insane, right? Two of the best pass rushers in the NFL. Imagine the havoc they could wreak on opposing quarterbacks. That's the kind of defense that can carry a team deep into the playoffs. Switching gears a bit, let's talk about Ashton Jeanty. If you're not familiar with Jeanty, you should be. The running back from Boise State has been lighting up college football, and his skill set makes him a player to watch come draft time. So, could Jeanty be the future of the Cowboys' backfield? Jeanty is a versatile back with great vision, burst, and the ability to catch passes out of the backfield. He's not just a traditional runner, he's a threat in the open field and has the potential to be a dual-threat weapon in the NFL. For the Cowboys, who've had inconsistent performances from their running backs recently, adding someone like Jeanty could be a game-changer. Now, if the Cowboys do target Jeanty in the draft, it would likely be in the mid-rounds. He's not expected to go in the first couple of rounds, but he has the kind of upside that could make him a steal. Plus, with Ezekiel Elliott's future uncertain and Tony Pollard coming off an injury, having another option in the backfield might be crucial. Here's why Jeanty could fit perfectly: he's got the ability to be a three-down back, which is exactly what the Cowboys need. Pollard is explosive, but he's not as well-rounded as Jeanty could be. Pairing Jeanty with Pollard could give the Cowboys a balanced and dynamic rushing attack, something that could take their offense to the next level. Moving on to Germaine Pratt, the linebacker from the Cincinnati Bengals. Pratt has been one of the most underrated linebackers in the NFL, and his name has been thrown around as a potential trade target for the Cowboys. So, let's talk about what Pratt could bring to Dallas. Pratt has been a force in the Bengals' defense for years, with great sideline-to-sideline range, solid coverage skills, and the ability to make plays all over the field. For a team like the Cowboys, who have a good defense but could use a boost in their linebacker core, Pratt could be the perfect fit. If the Cowboys are serious about upgrading their defense, Pratt would be an excellent target. He's still relatively young and has plenty of prime years left in him. And with the Cowboys potentially needing to address some questions at linebacker, adding Pratt could be a smart move. The Cowboys need a linebacker who can make plays in coverage, get to the QB when needed, and be a leader on the field. Pratt checks all those boxes, and with the Cowboys' Super Bowl window wide open, adding a player like him could be the final piece they need to elevate their defense even further. Now, let's talk about some other potential trade targets and the Cowboys' draft plans. There's no shortage of speculation surrounding this team, so who are some other names that could be in the mix? First up, we've got wide receivers. The Cowboys have always been looking to add more firepower to their offense. A name that has been popping up lately is DeAndre Hopkins. With the Arizona Cardinals possibly heading into a rebuild, Hopkins could be available for the right price. He would give Dak Prescott another top-tier weapon, and you know Jerry Jones loves making big moves like that. Another name worth mentioning is defensive tackle Jeffrey Simmons from the Tennessee Titans. Simmons is a powerhouse in the middle of the line and could help solidify Dallas' already stout defensive front. Pairing him with the likes of Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence could give the Cowboys one of the scariest defenses in the league. But let's not forget the draft. With their current position, the Cowboys should be looking to draft an immediate impact player. Whether that's a wide receiver to help Dak or another defensive stud to complement Parsons, the options are plentiful. If they go defense, we might see them target someone like defensive end Isaiah Foskey, or even a linebacker like Jack Campbell, who could provide solid depth. Now, Cowboys fans, it's time for you to weigh in. What do you think about these trade rumors? Should the Cowboys make a move for Myles Garrett or Germaine Pratt? Do you believe Ashton Jeanty could be the future in the backfield? And who would you like to see the Cowboys target in the draft? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all things Cowboys.